said that at some point it would be obvious, not just to the coaches, but to the players who the starting quarterback should be. Have we reached that point where somebody's kind of separated themselves and stood out as the guy?
I wouldn't say so. I wouldn't go as far as to say someone has separated. I think all the quarterbacks are doing a really good job, and ultimately that's going to be up to Coach Kelly anyway. So for me, I'm just focused on what I can control.
How are you guys going about game planning without a clear starter right now?
I think it's kind of the same deal, just the receivers and Coach Doherty were kind of just game planning as far as what Cincinnati looks like, judging off their film from last year. And so we're really just game planning what we should be doing from a play call standpoint, not really going based off our personnel. So that's really what we're doing right now.
Was it a big advantage last year because you played Texas A&M the year before to play at a team that you actually saw in person and played against 1 year earlier? Did that help a lot, or is it just the film?
Honestly, I wouldn't say so, because last year Texas A&M threw a lot of curveballs at us as far as the defense. There was a lot of looks that we weren't really prepared for, I would say. So always with the first game, I think that's what you get with it. You're not really sure what to expect. Obviously, you're judging off film and from last year and maybe their spring game, but I think we're just going to have to kind of prepare for everything.
You guys figured out the snapping thing that was kind of an issue?
Yeah, for some reason that does seem to be an issue, but today I don't think we had really any issues with snapping today.
Who's looked good doing that?
Well, really, that's another thing that I think hasn't really been settled, is who's the starting center, but I think the ones and the twos have done a good job as far as keeping the snaps under control. It's mainly just the new guys that need to get settled in.
How do you think the offense has come together over the past few weeks of training camp?
I think we've grown a lot. I think the main thing was just to understand all the concepts, because that first day you could tell that a lot of guys were making mental errors, just uncharacteristic mistakes. And so now that we've got a grasp of all the concepts, we're playing at a really fast tempo, and I think that's the main thing.
How are the young running backs?
The young running backs look actually really good. Same thing with them. They just have to understand the offense, the fluidity of it, and I think they're really grasping that really well.
Kazmeir Allen, we've seen him a little bit in the slot as well, as obviously he's listed as a running back. What does he bring to this offense?
Just a lot of speed. You have a lot of versatility with him because he has so much speed, so obviously we're going to try to get him the ball any way we can.
Have there been some plays in this fall camp where you know coming in he's a fast guy when 100 meters, and you see that, like, a big play from him, and you're like, wow, that's what it looks like in person?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, every time he touches the ball, it's crazy to watch him on film and in person, just to see how fast he really is. You can really tell.
What's your favorite part of the sports science? I know we've talked about that some with, like, the GPS and recovery and stuff like that. What's your favorite part of what Chip's brought to the data?
I would say the coolest thing is that they're able to gauge how much work we're putting in. So based off what we did in the off season, they kind of gauged what we should be putting in on a daily, so we know kind of like what our max threshold is. So based off of that, we know at a certain point if your workload is too much, kind of pace it back, or we can tell also if we're underperforming. So I think that's really cool. We can see where we're at a daily basis.
How much different is the nutrition plan now as opposed to in prior years? I feel like a lot of the guys are talking about how much more food there is to eat.
Yeah, I think just the consistency of it is the main key. I know personally the main thing for me was just making sure that I was eating right and eating at the right times. And I've noticed that with my weight, I've been able to maintain a lot better just because of the fact that I'm eating more frequently.
What has Justin Murphy brought to the offensive line, you think?
I think he brings a lot of energy. I don't know if you guys can see out there, but he's quite a character. He has a lot of energy every single day of practice, and I think that's something the offense really needs, that little spark plug.
How do you see that out there on the field, that energy?
I think just everyone has to kind of keep up with him. So when you bring that energy, you have to match that. When we're on the offense, when we're out there playing the defense, it's long. We've been at camp for 3-4 weeks now, so we're seeing the same faces every day. But he always brings that energy to the table every day.
Who are kind of the leaders in the huddle in fall camp? Because obviously Josh Rosen and Scott Quesenberry are no longer here. Who's been stepping up in the huddle if it's, you guys are getting tired, or, you need a kind of that boost at the end of practice?
I would probably say all the quarterbacks have done a really good job. I said earlier that they do a really good job of staying together as a group. They keep each other really motivated, and I think that translates just the whole offensive side of the field. They do a good job of making sure we're all on task.
The defensive guys today had to run because their effort wasn't up to par, I guess. How is the offense just in terms of effort and mindset? Like you said, it's kind of getting deep into camp right now.
Yeah. I think obviously the main thing is that we want to stay healthy, but Coach Coach Kelly has really harped on just playing fast. Even if you make a mistake, make that mistake at full speed. So for us, I think playing really fast and just making sure that we're not thinking twice, just whatever thing we have to do, just do it at 100% every single time.
Do you feel like your effort and your energy every day is still at the same level as it was maybe in the beginning of camp?
I would say so. Even today, honestly, I didn't really feel as tired, I would say, as I normally would. So I think the energy levels and me personally, my legs have felt really well throughout this whole camp, probably the healthiest camp that I've felt since I've been here. So I think that's a really good sign.
When would you say you finally got the grasp of, even if you haven't yet, like when did things start finally clicking for you? I know in spring camp it was probably going 1,000 miles an hour with the new system.
I'll probably say maybe like a week or two in. For me personally, I think the main thing that I try to do is learn the whole offense. Another thing Coach Kelly harps on is just understanding the concepts rather than just your own position. So I really try to do a great job of understanding where everyone else needs to be, so that if I need to be in Caleb's position or if I need to be in Theo's position, I can do that.
Thanks.